Welcome to Can Do Portuguese by PortuguesePod101.com.
Oi, gente! O meu nome é Jade Furuta. Hi, everyone! My name is Jade Furuta. In this lesson, you learn essential social expressions, such as thank you.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Portuguese ebook before it's gone.
This is Ben Lee, and he's on the train. A fellow passenger drops his wallet as he exits the train. Ben picks up the wallet and chases after the man. He calls to the man by saying, "Excuse me."
Com licença.
Listen to the following 3 short dialogues between Ben and the man. Ready?
Com licença.
Sim,
Ben hands the man the wallet.
muito obrigado.
De nada.
Ben turns to board the train, but the door's shut.
Desculpa.
Não, tudo bem.
Once more with the English translation.
Com licença.
Excuse me.
Sim,
Yes. Ben hands the man the wallet.
muito obrigado.
Thank you very much.
De nada.
You're welcome. Ben turns to board the train, but the door's shut.
Desculpa.
I'm sorry.
Não, tudo bem.
No, it's all right.
Let's take a closer look at each of these expressions.
First, do you remember how Ben Lee says, "Excuse me"?
Com licença.
First is
com,
with.
com, com,
Next is
licença,
meaning consent in this context.
licença, licença,
Altogether,
com licença,
literally means with permission, but it translates as excuse me. In this context,
com licença,
is used to get someone's attention.
Com licença.
This expression is used in many types of situations and fits well in addressing someone in a formal manner. Ben uses it because he's speaking with someone he doesn't know. Do you remember how the passenger acknowledges Ben by saying, "Yes"?
Sim,
sim,
Yes?
sim,
The second part of the conversation takes place after Ben returns the passenger's wallet. Do you remember how the passenger says, "Thank you very much"?
muito obrigado.
First is
muito,
very.
muito, muito,
Next is,
obrigado,
which literally means obliged or indebted, but translates as thank you.
obrigado, obrigado,
Note,
obrigado,
is an adjective. In Portuguese, adjectives must agree with the noun they modify. As Victor is talking about himself, he uses the masculine adjective.
obrigado,
A female speaker would use the feminine adjective
obrigada,
to talk about herself.
obrigada,
Together it's
muito obrigado,
literally very obliged. but it translates as, thank you very much.
Muito obrigado.
Do you remember how Ben says, you're welcome?
De nada.
First is
De,
of.
de,
Next is
nada,
nothing.
nada, nada.
Together it's
De nada.
literally of nothing, but it translates as, you're welcome.
De nada.
De nada.
Is the most common way of saying, you're welcome, and it can be used in all situations. After the train doors shut and Ben misses his train, do you remember how the passenger apologizes to Ben by saying, I'm sorry?
Desculpa.
I'm sorry.
Desculpa. Desculpa. Desculpa.
Is from the verb,
Desculpar.
meaning to excuse.
Desculpar.
Victor feels responsible for Ben missing his train and apologizes by saying,
Desculpa.
I'm sorry.
Desculpa.
Is a casual way to say, I'm sorry, and commonly used in everyday life.
Desculpa.
In many scenarios in Brazil, it's more appropriate than its formal counterpart.
Desculpe.
You can use it in many types of situations, including apologizing for something you regret, or something that you did, like accidentally bumping into someone. Do you remember how Ben replies, no, it's all right?
Não, tudo bem.
This starts with,
Não.
which means no in this context.
Não. Não.
Next is,
Tudo.
which means all or everything.
Tudo. Tudo.
Last is,
Bem.
well.
Bem. Bem.
Altogether,
Não, tudo bem.
literally, no, all is well. But it translates as, no, it's all right.
Não, tudo bem.
This is a common phrase used to express that things are all right.
Obrigado derives from the idea that one is obliged to thank someone. It's actually a shortened version of obrigado a retribuir o favor, meaning obliged to return the favor. Remember, the gender would depend on the speaker. Obrigado when said by a man or obrigada when said by a woman. Let's look at the expressions once more. Listen and repeat or speak along with me. Com licença. Com licença. Sim? Sim? Muito obrigada. Muito obrigada. De nada. De nada. Desculpa. Desculpa. Tudo bem. Tudo bem. Não, tudo bem. Não, tudo bem.
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool, so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud, then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how Ben Lee says, "Excuse me"?
Com licença.
Com licença. And how the passenger says, "Yes"?
Sim?
Sim? Do you remember the word for thank you for a male speaker? Obrigado. Obrigado. And for a female speaker? Obrigada. Obrigada. Do you remember how the male passenger says, "Thank you very much"?
Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado. And how to say, "You're welcome"? De nada. De nada. Do you remember how the passenger says, "I'm sorry"?
Desculpa.
Desculpa. And how Ben says, "No, it's all right".
Não, tudo bem.
Não, tudo bem.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Karen Lee, and you receive a popular Brazilian candy from your Portuguese language teacher. Say, "Thank you very much." Ready?
Muito obrigada. De nada.
Listen again and repeat.
Muito obrigada. Muito obrigada.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Mark Lee, and a passenger bumps into you. Respond by saying, "No, it's all right." Ready?
Desculpa.
Não, tudo bem.
Listen again and repeat.
Não, tudo bem. Não, tudo bem.
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Mark Lee, and you see a man drop his wallet. Get his attention. Ready?
Com licença.
Sim?
Listen again and repeat.
Com licença. Com licença.
In your language journey, you will come across licença, excuse me, a shortened version of com licença. Licença is informal, but is commonly used as a way to excuse oneself when in a hurry, such as on public transportation or in a crowded place, when someone is trying to pass through or to make way. licença. This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Now you know how to use essential social expressions in Portuguese. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.